Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome for today's discussion on chapter text 5 of Nectar of Instruction. Is it text 5? Okay, text 5, yes. So text 5 for Nectar of Instruction on our ongoing program on Sastra study marathon. So today is Tuesday, 28th of January 2025, very auspicious day, because whenever we speak Krishna Katha, okay, we have studied yesterday, you know that how enthusiastically and how this thing we should practice bhajan, Krishna Katha, and utilize the what they call the senses in Krishna consciousness. All right. So today, all right. So welcome. So before we start, let's do our invocation prayer. Om Ekdanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasme Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Karamayam Dadati Swa Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamanam Sri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagarajadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Jivam Sadvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vidam Cha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvakesha Shunyavadi Pasa Charitatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Sri Varshapanavi Devidaitaye Krupaptaye Krishna Sambandha Vignanadayine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jwala Prema Adya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktira Sri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Sri Murtaye Dina Tarine Rupanuga Viruddha Pasitanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padam Pujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Sarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Bhume Stum Nidasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarubhauma Sri Jagannatayate Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubheva Patitanam Pavinebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Om Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namni Gaurutise Namaha Pancha Tattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Om Namo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Om Tatsat Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today, let's look at Sat Goswami Astakam. Today is we suppose read verse 5. Okay. Today suppose be 7. I offer my respectful obeisances unto 6 Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who were sometimes on the banks of Sri Radhakund, take the shores of the Yamuna, and sometimes at the Vamshivata. They were appeared just like a madman in full ecstasy of love for Krishna, exhibiting different transcendental symptoms in their bodies, and they were merged in ecstasy of Krishna consciousness. Okay. Radha Kunda Tate Kalinda Tanaya Tire Chavang Sivate Premon Madavasat Ashesha Dasaya Grastau Pramattau Sada Gayantau cha kada harir guna varam pava vibhutau muda Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyugau Sri Jiva Gopalakau. Hare Krishna. So today we're going to continue our discussion on text 5. So again, a quick recap. Okay, so they said in preface, right? Prabhupada says that when we follow under the teachings of Rupa Goswami, okay, a person can okay, one should follow these instructions very strictly. Then it will be easier to make one's life successful. Okay, what success you're talking about? Success of being a devotee, right? So in text 1, we studied about Vacho Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam. What are the 6 things that we can control that we can become a perfect human being? All right, perfect human being means Goswami. Okay, so there's only 2 terms, Goswami and Godas. Goswami, Swami means master, Go means senses. The one who control the master, the senses are called Goswami. The one who become the victim or the servant to the senses are called Das, Go Das, right? So, so first thing we have to follow the 6, we have to follow, we have to tolerate all these urges. And who can tolerate? A person who are sober. So how the sobriety will come? When a person becomes very matured, when the person becomes, like for instance, as when we are young time, we will be very active, we'll be very, what they call, we will be very excited and enthusiastic, right? We want to do this, we want to make big. But as we get older and older and older, we start like, okay, like enough, even the thing that you used to be excited when you're young time, when you become old, you are like, no more exciting. So you start like giving up things and everything. So that's when people become sober, right? So the sobriety is, of course, in mature world as we get older. But in spiritual life is when we become mature, when we start to practice bhajan, when we practice bhakti, when we do our chanting, So by that we can become sober. So sobriety is the first step in order to tolerate all these things. Then after that, also in instruction number 2, Rupa Goswami instructed about the 6 things that can destroy your bhakti. Okay, that can spoil your bhakti. Okay, not destroy, spoil. Okay, that means is there is spoiled. Okay, wasted, right? So spoil your bhakti like atyahara prayascha prajalpo niyamagraha. That means eating more than necessary or collecting more money than necessary, over endeavoring, working so hard for something which is not worth working for, talking nonsense and doing practicing rules and regulation for the sake of it, or rejecting the rules and regulation. Atyahara and atyahara. Atyahara. Huh? All right. So, and then after that, associating with worldly minded people, worldly minded people like Mayavadi and also this atheist. All right. And also we studied yesterday, Mayavadi and atheist means what? Mayavadi means the one who are materialistic and jealous. The person who are envious and jealous people. Okay. These are the people not worth associating. And number 6, greedy for mundane achievement. All right. Working so hard to achieve something which is so mundane. What is mundane means, first of all? Mundane means which is not lasting. All right. Working so hard to achieve something, just like for instance, like people climb, they spend thousands of ringgit, dollars, they climb Mount Everest, go up to the top of the mountain just to put a flag. I mean, how wasted is that attempt? Actually, who cares? When you put it there, is it someone can see you that your flag is rising on Mount Everest? So that is something which is so mundane, over endeavoring for something which is so useless, right? And of course, then in a verse instruction number 3, he said that what are the what they call the activity which is favorable, like utsahan, nischaya, dhairya, tat karma pravartana, tat karma pravada, practicing the rules and regulation. Okay, sangatyagat sato viritte sadbi bhakti prashidati. So the 6th principle, which is very important, number 1 is being very enthusiastic, right? Even though, why enthusiasm is important? Enthusiasm will make you will make in the enthusiasm will make you overlook the struggle, right? There are struggle in our life. Every day is struggle. Okay, every day is a struggle. Every day. So first thing, you wake up in the morning is a struggle. You go and take your bath, struggle. Even go to the toilet is a struggle. Then after that, you come out and you take your breakfast. Even to chew your food is a struggle. So then after that, so sometimes in order when we are enthusiastic, when you wake up, yes, today's my day. So you're enthusiastic and everything. Why enthusiasm is very important? So you can forget your struggle. All right. So similarly, enthusiasm in bhakti is you have to be very enthusiastic because you know you are on your right path. You know, you're so excited that you're going on your way back home, back to Godhead. So you have to be enthusiastic for what? Just to follow these little routes. All right. So that means once you're enthusiastic, you forget to this. So we have to follow the enthusiasm in practice the four regulative principle, practice our sadhana and everything. Number two, we have to also think about we have to work with confidence. All right. So confidence is very important. If you're not confident, you halfway when you start a doubt, finish. Because Krishna say three things in Bhagavad Gita. Because you're my dear friend, because you don't envy me, and number three, because you don't doubt me. So the three factor, if you really look at Bhagavad Gita, the three things say, because you're my dear friend, I'm revealing this to you. I'm revealing a secret to you. Raja Vidya Raja Guhya, the king of all knowledge, the king of all secret. All right. And after that, you said, what they call a friend. And secondly is when you become his, when you because you don't envy me. All right. The people who are envious, they don't go far in life. You know, Krishna is Bhagavad Gita is because you don't envy me, I'll reveal you the secret. Then after that, the third thing, after listening to all this, you don't doubt me. Yeah, you sure not, Krishna, you're talking the right thing. Don't doubt. So when you don't doubt it, I will tell you even further. So the three things. So we have to endeavor with confidence. If the confidence is there, that means there's no place for doubt. All right. That means you're so confident about a decision. Example, you go into certain studies, right? Everybody's telling, oh, you go to these studies, this study no future, you're wasting your time. But you can see that future, so you study with full confidence. Because, once you graduate, you're going to get a fantastic job. These people can't see it. Like when I was young, they were talking about being a psychologist. In fact, I say I want to be a psychologist. My father said, cannot. Go do engineering or law. They say only these things. Only these two options he gave me. I said, cannot. So, but now what happened? Psychology is a very highly paid job. And those days, like this, when my wife went and do pharmacy, her uncle used to say, to give Panadol, you need to study 4 years. All right. But today, now the trend is over, but pharmaceutical trend is very high. So like that. So we have to be confident in our decision. Okay. And number three, being patient. Of course, we have to be very patient because we don't expect things to happen overnight. Acting according to regulative principle. So we have to follow the rules and regulation. Right. Like Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam. That means Shravanam means what? Hearing, Kirtanam, singing and chanting. Vishnu, Smaranam, remembering. Right, is very important. Then abandoning all association with non-devotees. Okay, again, Rupa Goswami is recommending don't associate non-devotee, you're going to spoil your bhakti. And following the footstep of previous acharya. Okay, so they say like don't reinvent the wheel. All right, we have to follow the this thing of previous acharya. And of course, in number 4, dadati pratigrannati. All right, so how a devotee should have a relationship. You and another devotee, how you should offer it. Like dadati. Dadati means giving charity and then pratikrinati, accepting charity. All right. Then guhyam akhyati. Guhyam means secret. Raja guhyam. That means Bhagavad Gita Raja guhyam. Guhyam means secret. Okay, revealing man's in mind, in confident and inquiring. And after that, accepting prasadam. Okay. Bhumte. Bhumte means accepting, eating prasadam. Giving bojayantam, offering prasadam. Boja. Right? Bojane. Remember in Tamil we call Bojane, right? Bojane, ready achiva. Bojane. Right? So, offering prasadam. Then after that, Sat Vidim. So this is the six. Sat means 6. So 6 Viddham. Viddham means activity that shared between devotee one and another. Okay. So now after this, now we are coming to the text 5. Now the question is, who is that devotee we are talking about? All right. So now since we are associating with devotees, so now we have already removed all our association with non-devotees, with only envious people, all these crazy people, we all put them aside. So now we are coming into the association of devotee. In that devotee society, how we should act, how to identify. All right. We cannot say everybody with tilak, with sikar, all right, with shaven head, all devotee going to fall at the feet. We have to be mature enough to choose. All right. And how to identify them. So that's the topic for today's program. All right. Let me get the thing done. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Right. So now let's look at NOI 5, Nectar of Instruction, or the fifth instruction. Okay. That verse is Krishneti Yasya Yiri Tang Manasadriyeta Dikshasti Chet Pranatibischa Bhajantam Isham Shushrushtaya Bhajana Vinyam Ananyam Anya Nindadi Shunya Hirdang Ipsita Sangalapya. Krishneti Yasya Giritang Manasadriyeta. Let me get the thing. Right. Krishneti Yasya Giritang Manasadriyeta. Dikshasti Chet Pranati Bischa Bhajantam Isham. Shushushaya Bhajana Vinyam Ananyam Anya. Nindadi Shunya Hirdam Ipshita Sangalapya. Krishneti Yasya Giritang Manasadriyeta. Dikshasti Chet Praniti Bischa Bhajantam Isham. Shushushaya Bhajana Vinyam Ananyam Anya. Nindadi Shunya Hirdam Ipshita Sangalapya. All right, let's look at this verse. Krishna, the holy name of the Lord. Iti, thus. Yasya, to whom. Iri, in the words of speech. Tam, him. Manasa, by the mind. Adriyeta, one must honor. Diksha, initiation. Asti, there is. Chet, if. Pranatibihi, by obeisances. Cha, also. Bhajantam, engage in devotional service. Isham, under the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Shushushaya, by practical service. Bhajana Vinyam, one who is advanced in devotional service. Ananyam, without deviation. Anya Ninda Adi, a blasphemy of others. Okay, Ninda. Nindikirade. Tamil we call Nindikirade. Okay, Anya Ninda Adi. All right. Shunya, completely devoid. Hirdam, whose heart, Irdayam. Okay, Irdayam. Okay, whose heart, Ipsita, desirable. Sangha, association. Labdya, by gaining. All right. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Putta Vishnu Mudi Javata Swami Namacharya Padaya Pradani Dora Tadatamaya Nagaragara. Okay, let's look at the translation by Srila Prabhupada. One should, okay. One should mentally honor the devotee who chants the holy name of Lord Krishna. Okay. One should mentally, all right. Number one, mentally honor the devotee who chants the holy name of Krishna. And one should offer humble obeisances to devotee who has undergone spiritual initiation or diksha. Okay. And is engaged in worshipping the deity. And one should, where is it? One should associate with the faithful, serves the pure devotee who is advanced in undeviated devotional service and his heart is completely devoid of the propensity to criticize others. Okay. So again, one should mentally honor the devotee who chants the holy name of Lord Krishna. One should offer humble obeisance to devotees who have undergone spiritual initiation or diksha and engage in worshipping the deity. And one should associate with faithfully serve the pure devotee who is advanced in undeviated devotional service and whose heart is completely devoid of propensity to criticize others. All right. So now let's look at this. What are the three types of devotee that we are looking? Okay, we are looking at, let me see. Okay. All right. So now, first is number one, Prabhupada is telling about, Rupa Goswami is telling, one should mentally honor the devotee who chants the holy name. That number one. Okay. And one should offer humble obeisances. Number two. Okay. Can you see the star there? All right. I don't know. I cannot change the color. The star is that color. One should offer Humble obeisance to the devotee who has undergone spiritual initiation. That's number 2. All right. You undergone spiritual initiation and also engage in deity worship. And number 3, one should associate with faith and faithfully associate and also faithfully serve the pure devotee who is advanced in undeviated devotional service, and whereby the heart is completely devoid of propensity to criticize others. Okay. Now let's look at this. The meanings. So this is something is going to be the most important. By knowing this, you are safeguarding yourself from imminent fall down. You know, after so many birth and death, Manushyanam Sahasreshu, after so many birth and death, we got opportunity to be born as a human being. You know, then after being born as a human being, now by the mercy of Krishna and devotees, some or other we became a devotee. And after we became a devotee, some or other we got a taste to chant Hare Krishna. And after that, we agree and desire to take this path seriously. All right. So this is something very rare. Not everybody will get this opportunity. It's a very rare opportunity. Very, very rare, super rare opportunity. So, but even in that place, but if we make a wrong decision, all right, when we make a mistake, we can fall from that platform. Can you imagine? Work so hard to go up very, very, very high, just like a person who are just a normal, ordinary servant in the political party. He work up, he work his, what they call, he put all effort. Then slowly he'll become a MLA, right? He become a Adun. All right, but become a local councillor. Then from councillor, he go up, he become a Adun or MLA. In India, they call MLA. Then after that, you become a chairman of this, chairman of that. Then slowly, you go become, then he stand for MP, member of parliament. Right? Then after you become member of parliament, then slowly you work, suddenly become a prime minister, which is the highest achievement in government service, highest this in political party. So once you achieve the highest perfection, but eventually they catch you taking bribe or something like that, you fall down from that highest platform straight to jail. You know, like what happened in Malaysia, our prime minister, right? Former prime minister, take bribe, and he was thrown into the jail. Of course, now he's in house arrest, but still arrest is an arrest. But what I'm saying is, what a waste. Don't you think it's such a huge wasted effort? We work so hard in order to do this, but end of the day, everything got screwed up, right? Similarly, when we are on the way back home, back to Godhead, we have already taken the path, we are going towards that. We are already start to, because that's why your taste is increasing, you're becoming more and more bhakti, you're going towards that. But the simple act will destroy your bhakti. All right. And what is that is the what we're going to discuss today. But let me warn you, all right, or beg you humbly, when we're going to study this thing, never identify anyone who has this fault. Never identify. When we talk about this, oh yeah, that devotee, no wonder lah. Oh, that fellow, yes. No, it's for your own nourishment. We are studying this so that someone else will not put us in this scenario. And just see you are in which category. When we understand in which category we are, our false ego will not appear. All right, our false ego will not appear in our daily sadhana or bhajan. We have to be very careful. Again, I'm telling you, please think about it very clearly. You are not identifying others. You are identifying yourself. Where do you stay? Where do you stand? And of course, then when you see some symptoms of these in certain devotees, we should always learn how to step back, step away from them, or go near to them and associate these things. But even here, this is even you're going to step back, you have to mentally honor them. All right. So that's the thing that we're going to start now. It's going to be a fantastic topic. But before we start, shall we just take a short break? Okay, we continue our discussion. All right. So now let's look at this. This is a very, very important subject. And I really request everyone even to read this on a daily basis. Okay. Daily basis. See, when we do a Mangala Arati, you know, we do this, what they call, we read these 10 offenses. Okay. 10 offenses of the holy name. So similarly, I would suggest, try to read this on a daily basis. All right. So how we should be careful to protect ourselves. So now we have already achieved the highest perfection. If you really believe me or not, you're already there. You already found the secret. You already found the secret of being perfected, and you are in the process of perfection. All right, your process of perfection. That means you're undergoing training. You're chanting. You're studying these books and everything. It's considered that you're on your way. So these kind of things, a simple act. If you don't see, like Maya will be waiting there, because as you know, as we grew up, the higher you climb, there's English saying, right? The higher you climb, the harder you fall. The higher you climb, the harder you fall. Similarly, this is the thing. So you're already there. As you go up and up and up, you see that oxygen level, if you go climb a mountain, even the oxygen level will decrease. You still start to pant. You know, you feel like immediately want to come down. Similarly, as you go up very near to Krishna, these kind of challenges will come. We have to be very, very, very careful. All right. So in order to intelligently apply the sixfold, okay, now Prabhupada is telling, in order to intelligently apply, what is intelligent means? First of all, we must know what is intelligent, right? Intelligent is application of our knowledge. If you know how to apply the knowledge in the right time and the right place, you are considered very intelligent. Example, when you look at a doctor, what is that? What is the difference between a normal GP and a specialist? Normal GP and specialist. I mean, a GP, a general practitioner, and a specialist. What is the difference? Of course, first of all, their education qualification. But in order to identify the disease at one look, right? When we have got something on, we look for the GP. GP will say this, that, this, that, this, that. But once you go to the specialist, one look, you say, I know where's the problem. That is the problem. So in order to apply the knowledge at the right place at the right time is intelligent. All right. Now, so Prabhupada is starting the order to intelligently apply what? The sixfold loving reciprocation. What is the sixfold loving reciprocation that we studied yesterday, right? How you should giving gift, accepting gift, offering prashadam, accepting prashadam, open our mind, speaking in confidence, and also to, open our mind with confidence, when we have some challenges, and also to speak confidential part of devotional service, the sixfold loving reciprocation. How to intelligently apply? Okay, in the previous verse, Prabhupada says, one must select proper person with careful discrimination. Please take your book and underline this word. Careful discrimination. Okay, if you think you don't have the book with you, please snapshot. Please snapshot this. Or you go back and study, you take your book. But that's why I'm saying you must have the book with you. Because this is the word that we should always remember. Okay, we say, we have to discriminate. That means even in our normal material life, up to advancement in spiritual life, we have to have discrimination. When the discrimination happens, when we are good in both subjects. All right. I know A, I know B. So what is the best of two? B is best. All right. B is best. In order for you to understand B is best, you must understand A also. That's when you can discriminate. So we must have a proper discrimination. We have to be very careful. Srila Rupa Goswami therefore advises that we should meet with the Vaishnava in an appropriate way. We should meet, whenever we meet a Vaishnava devotee, we should do it in an appropriate way according to their particular status. We should not generalize. First mistake that every devotee does, generalize. When one devotee make mistake, they say, all devotees like that. All right. It was a taboo that happened before. All right. They said all the Western devotees, Western body devotees are not as advanced as Indian body devotees. Why? Because the Indians are naturally in this system, naturally in this culture. Therefore, Indians are greater than the Americans. So we have to remember, that's a big mistake they have done. We shouldn't do that, right? Because we are above the bodily concept. What is bhakti? Bhakti is above, like what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. What they call an intelligent person, a highly knowledgeable, intelligent sadhu will see a dog eater, a brahmana, elephant, trees, plants in an equal vision. All right, equal vision. That means they do not see. That's why some people say that we Sanatan Dharma, we follow that caste system. No, we don't follow caste system. There's no such thing as caste system. The caste. Okay, I think you have read that. This thing, sometimes when we see a deformity, I think we're going to study in the following. I think in this verse, yes. Sometimes we should not look at them in a, okay, we will study as we go on. All right, I don't want to jump the gun first. Okay, so we have to understand according to the particular status. In this verse, he tells us how to deal with 3 types of devotees. How many types of devotees? There are 3 varieties of devotees. Okay, so how to deal with 3 types of devotees. Okay, 3 types of devotees. Okay, who are they? Number 1. Okay, number 1 we call as Kanista Adhikari. That's the first thing, Kanista Adhikari. Number 2 we call as Madhyama Adhikari. And number 3 we call as Uttama Adhikari. That means in varieties of devotees, there's only 3 types, right? 3 kinds of devotees that we are usually associate with. Okay, so Kanista means the first step 1. Madhyama means they are quite distinct, and Uttama is pure devotee. All right, now let's look at this. What is Kanista Adhikari is? So Kanista Adhikari means, okay, Kanista Adhikari is a neophyte who has received his Harinam initiation. Neophyte means what? A brand new person. Neophyte means a brand new person. All right, like Kanista, even like when you look at Ayyappan Swami, first they call them Kanni Swami. Kanni Swami means the first one. Once they become advanced, they become Guru Swami. Of course, we don't follow that, but I'm just giving an example, Kanni. So Kanista means is a neophyte. Neophyte means a brand new, a new devotee who have received Harinam initiation. Okay, from the spiritual master. And you know what he's trying, and you know what his activity? His activity is trying to chant the holy name, all right, of Krishna. All right, like sometimes we say, oh, I have not advanced yet, so I cannot take initiation. No, that's not the way. You have to be initiated in order to come out of this situation. It's not that you become perfect and chant and you take initiation. All right, like in the temple, sometimes they say, are you planning initiation? No, Prabhu, I am not ready yet. Of course, you are not ready yet. You just need to follow the 4 regulative principle and chant 16 rounds. That's all. That's the minimum requirement, right? Then after that, you try to improve. How you can improve? Only by the mercy of spiritual master. It's not that we become a first-class devotee, you follow all the way, then you go take initiation. It doesn't work that way, right? So that means once we understand. So Kanishta means the new devotee who have received Harinam initiation. Harinam initiation means you accept a bit from your spiritual master, and the spiritual master give you a name, right? Like for instance, my real name is Punidan Jagannathan. All right, Punidan Jagannathan. So, but my Guru Maharaj gave me the name, gave me initiation, gave me the name. He gave me Padita Tavna Jagannath Das. So what happened? He linked me into the Parambara. So once a devotee is linked into the Parambara, he is not only favored by his spiritual master, but he is favored by the entire Parambara. Our grandfather is Srila Prabhupada. How merciful. Our great-grandfather is who? Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. We don't worry about what is our bodily grandfather great. They are not so great at all. They can be rich, they can be Jamin, they can do what, they are not important. But nothing can be like our father who is our spiritual master, our grandfather who is Prabhupada. Our great-grandfather is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Our great-great-grandfather is none other than Bhakti Gaurakishore Das Babaji. Our great-great-great-grandfather is Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Like that, our greatest grandfather is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when you go up, the highest, the topmost grandfather is none other than Lord Brahma. No? So like that. So that's the thing. So we are trying, that means we are getting that mercy of the Parambara. So now I'm saying, Kanishta Adhikari means the one who have received Harinam initiation and trying to chant the holy name of Krishna. Okay, got it? Thumbs up, please thumbs up. So I know that you all are reciprocating with me. Okay, great. So that means trying to chant the holy name, number 1. Number 2, so how we should deal with them? How we should deal with them? We should deal with them like this. Okay, we should deal with them. One should respect such a person within his mind as Kanishta Vaishnava. So we should respect them within our mind. Okay, within our mind. So we don't go around, see every initiated devotee, we fall at the feet. Oh, hey, Vaishnava, Thakura. We don't do that. We see any devotee who are initiated, we know he is trying to chant, all right? So we should respect that person within our mind. So within our mind means we should not think bad about them. We don't think about what is background. We just respect. When I see a devotee, I just respectfully, I see one devotee, respect in the mind, right? Now, what is the second thing? The second person we call as Madhyama Adhikari. Madhyama Adhikari. So what is Madhyama Adhikari? Yes, Sheila Mataji. Sheila Mataji, please pick up.
Wrongly pressed, Prabhu.
Oh, wrongly pressed. Okay. Right. Can you put your hand down? You want me to help you? Yeah, I'll go the hand. All right. Now, what is Madhyama Adhikari? Madhyama Adhikari means this is the person who receives spiritual initiation from the spiritual master. Okay. And he has been fully engaged by him in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Okay. So that means first is Kanishta, who received the initiation, trying to chant and improve himself. Second is Madhyama Adhikari, who have taken initiation, but and he has been fully engaged by him. That means the spiritual master engaged him. Now you do this. This is the instruction. That means he's following the instruction of the spiritual master. All right, engaged by him in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Okay, so now Madhyama Adhikari should be, yes, Vivan.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, the Kanistha Adhikari received Harinama initiation and the Madhyama Adhikari receives the spiritual initiation. What is the difference between the Harinama initiation and the spiritual initiation? Is it regarding to the Brahmanical initiation or something like that, Prabhu? Hare Krishna.
Good question. Harinama initiation, spiritual initiation, both are same. Both are same. So it's the Harinama initiation, and now we have translated into English as spiritual initiation. All right, because Harinam initiation is already a spiritual initiation, yes or no? Because you have changed your name, change of this, you have linked with him as a this thing, you know, link into the paramara is spiritual initiation. All right, so that means these are the devotee who have accepted spiritual. Okay, now what is Madhyama? Once you receive that Harinam initiation or spiritual initiation, and has been fully engaged by him, that means Guru Maharaj will tell him now you should do this, do this, do this. That means you follow the instruction of Guru. All right, and in the transit loving service. So now Madhyama Adhikari should be considered in the situated midway. They are in between of in the devotional service. You got it? So they are, Madhyama is in the middle class. Okay, now let's look at Uttama Adhikari. Who is Uttama Adhikari? Uttama Adhikari is the highest devotee. All right, and who is very advanced in devotional service. All right, who is very advanced in devotional service. And Uttama Adhikari is not interested in blaspheming others. Okay, Uttama Adhikari, he don't see any fault in anyone. Okay, he don't see any fault in anyone because he has achieved advance in devotional service. He have got the highest taste. He have no time to listen. So who will blaspheme? Who are the people who blaspheme and criticize others when the person's mind is still empty and blank? Idle man's brain is devil's workshop. Okay, that means, like for instance, when they chant. All right, okay, anyway, I'll go to that. Okay, so interested in blaspheming others, his heart is completely clean, and he has attained the realized state of unalloyed Krishna consciousness. Okay, unalloyed Krishna consciousness. So according to Rupa Goswami, the association and the service to such Mahabhagavat or a perfect Vaishnava is the most desirable. Okay, it's the most desirable. So when you see Kanistha is trying, Uttama in between, trying and perfecting, and what they call Madhyama. Uttama is the pure devotee of the Lord. So that means, okay, we will discuss that as we go on because it's mentioned in here by Prabhupada. All right. So far, any question on this? Okay, we will never answer you.
Okay, bro. Okay, bro. Because just on asking the purport, another thing, in the translation itself, they mention on Diksha. Is it the same, Prabhu? Harinam initiation, is it?
Of course. See, in previously, the Diksha means immediately they give you Brahmin.
Okay.
That once they give you a Diksha, they will just bring you into the ears and chant the Gayatri. And that's when you straight away become a this thing. But what did Prabhupada, I think Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati started this, or Srila Prabhupada, he came out with the idea to give Diksha means he give you the Harinam initiation. Because we are all initiated in Harinam. So now there'll be some quarters will be saying, oh, I need to be Brahminical initiation so I can chant Gayatri 3 times a day and everything. Of course, Gayatri is very powerful, fair enough. But in Kali Yuga, what Krishna says, he never said anyone, for instance, like the 6 Goswamis, I think Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Haridas Thakur, Nama Acharya, Haridas Thakur, all were not Brahmin initiated. They have just accepted Harinam Diksha. Harinam. So that means in order to achieve the success, it's not necessary to be in Brahminical initiation. Brahminical initiation is only required if you going to do deity worship. If you think you want to do deity worship, or you are a teacher, you are teaching others, these are the Brahminical qualities. All right. But if you're just going to do bhajan by chanting and this, it's not necessary actually. Vamsidhari Babaji, one of the great devotee exponents. There's even a book about him, Vamsidhari Babaji. Also, I don't think so. Yes, he wears the thread. You understand? All right. So that's the thing. So it's all initiated into this spiritual, that means Harinam Diksha. Okay. Now, let's go to the next one. All right. So now let's see what Prabhupada says. One should not remain as Kanistha Adhikari. All right. This is the instruction of Srila Prabhupada. What he says, one should not remain in that position of Kanistha Adhikari. All right. That means it's like you're not improving. No, you should not. One is situated, Kanistha, one who is situated in the lowest platform of devotional service. All right. And what is only interested in worshipping the deity in the temple. So such a devotee is described in 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, right? 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, okay, 11 to 47. All right, 11 to 47, please mark the word, please underline or write it somewhere. After the class, maybe you can refer 11th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, canto 11, text chapter 2, text 47. All right, if you don't have a Srimad Bhagavatam, you can go to the Vedabase and you can still refer that. All right, what he says, Archayam eva haraye pujam ya shadda ye hate natat bhakteshu chanyeshu sa bhakta prakrita smarta. A person who is very faithfully engaged in worship the deity in the temple, but who does not know how to behave towards other devotees or people in general is called Prakrita Bhakta or Kanishta Adhikari. So now we start to see who is that Kanishta Adhikari here. So Archayam eva ha haraye. So Archayam, worshipping the devotee, Archayam, Archana, that means worshipping the deity. Pujam ya shraddha. Na tat, na means no. Tat bhaktesu, he doesn't know how to behave among the devotees. Sa bhakta prakrita smarta. So these are the bhakta called Prakrita Bhakti, Bhaktas. Prakrita Bhakta means of Kanishta Adhikari. So now, let me tell you again, if you got a book, if you are taking down notes, please take this note. That means those who are, just give me a second, 1 second. All right. So now that, okay, so now we see who is the Kanishta Adhikari. Kanishta Adhikari, they faithfully worship the deity. They go, the way they pray, worship the deity, they are so attached to the deity and everything. But these people does not know how to behave with other devotees or people in general. So these are the devotees, right? Now, let's see. That means, example, when they do the deity worship, even they can be Brahminical initiated also. It's not necessary they only take Harinam Diksha. Even a Brahminical initiated. When they do the deity worship, they decorate the deity so nicely, they're so fantastic. All right? For them, deity is everything. But these people do not know how to behave with other devotees. All right? They will very misbehave with devotees, and also they don't know how to behave in general. In generally, they are like, these are the people who cannot, we cannot join with them. Right? You all follow me? Thumbs up if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, Prabhu.
You got it. Okay. Others? How many of you are following me? How many of you not following me? K7, okay, you follow me. Charana Lakshmi. Yes.
Okay, Prabhu.
Charana Lakshmi Mataji, you raised your hand. Oh, no. Oh, you didn't raise your hand. Okay. Oh, you understand. Okay.
Yes, I am understanding.
Okay. So, these are the devotees. They do fantastic deity worship, but they don't know how to behave. When they look at other devotees, they misbehave. You know, this kind of thing. They cannot associate this kind of thing. These are the people known as Kanishta. Okay. One who therefore has to raise himself from the opposition of Kanishta. He have to raise himself. Say like a person who have, if you think you have that position, if you are in that situation, you have to raise yourself from that position of Kanishta Adhikari to the platform of Madhyama Adhikari. Okay. And what is Madhyama Adhikari is mentioned? Let's see. Okay. So, what is Madhyama Adhikari? Madhyama Adhikari means Ishvara Tat Abhineshu, Ishvare Tat Abhineshu, Balisheshu Dvishatsucha, Prema Maitri Kripopeksha, Ya Karoti Sam Madhyama. It's also mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, all right, 46. That means the same, okay. So, what is mentioned here? Madhyama Adhikari is a devotee who worship the Supreme Personality as the highest object of love. Okay, number one. What is number one? He makes highest object of love, that is worshipping the deity. Number two, not only that, he makes friends with the Lord's devotee. That is the second quality, yes. He makes friend with all the Lord's devotees. Then, number three, he is merciful to the ignorant. Okay, he is merciful to the ignorant. That means when you see a person who is so ignorant, even they challenge them, they are so merciful. Then number four, avoids those who are envious by nature. So he always avoids people who are envious. So Madhyama, Kanishta Adhikari, just now we say, worship the deity, disrespect the devotees. They only think the deity is everything, not the devotees. They don't recognize the devotees, number one. Number two, Madhyama means he worships the Supreme Personality as the highest object of love. He makes friends with the Lord's devotee. Mark this word, make friends with the Lord's devotee. And he's always merciful to the ignorant. He always willing to go extra mile to save these people. And of course, this thing, avoid of enviousness. So now when you look at this, there is a degree. Madhyama of the highest degree, Madhyama of the lowest degree, like that. And who is the Madhyama of the highest degree? The Madhyama of highest degree is none other than our Srila Prabhupada. Our Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, is Uttama Adhikari, is the pure devotee of the Lord. He downgraded himself. He downgraded himself to the Madhyama. So he went to the West and preached. So even though okay, please remind me about this. I will tell you this. You study about Uttama, then you understand what I'm talking about. All right. So now, so in this way, to cultivate devotional service properly, therefore, in this verse, Srila Goswami, Rupa Goswami has advised us how to treat various devotees. We can see from practical experience that there are different types of Vaishnava. So all of you got a practical experience that we all have seen, like different types of Vaishnava. Okay. Is it very clear? Is it clear like this? Can you all see the screen?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Because I just make it small so I can have more space to discuss. Clear? All right. Okay. So here it says, in this way, to cultivate devotional service properly, therefore, in this verse, Rupa Goswami has advised us how to treat various devotees, how to treat. We can see from practical experience, even our practical experience, there are different types of Vaishnavas. The Prakritya Sahajias, generally, the Prakritya Sahajias, that means the Kanishta, right? So sometimes they, okay, never mind, it's not that. So the Prakritya Sahaja, Prakritya means the materially motivated, Prakriti, material motivated devotee, right? Chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra but yet they are attached to women, money, and intoxication. Okay, so that means like for instance, like Kanista Adhikari, right? That means they have taken initiation or not taken initiation. Okay, usually. So even though they are initiated, but they still become attached to women. All right, attached to money. They still have the desire. Yes, I want to make it big. I mean, you've seen some devotees who are very successful, even though they are practicing, they're initiated, but still they are businessmen. You know, they want to make money. They want to go extra mile to make more money. You know, these are the things. So they attach to women, money, and sometimes intoxication. You know, like sometimes they take coffee. Sometimes even, I mean, I don't go further, but you know, the intoxication, right? Even though they initiated, all right? Although such a person may chant the holy name of the Lord, they are not yet properly purified. All right. So what Prabhupada is mentioning here, we have to mark that word. Not yet properly purified. So not yet properly purified means they are not in the situation of fallen, gone case. Like sometimes they say, oh, that's gone. Oh, I saw him, you know, he's sitting in a shop and doing something. I saw him gone. He's gone. We have no right to say that. We have no right to identify any devotee's fault. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada firmly said that when you even can't see your back, you have no right to see others. And of course, when we are in a faulty mind, you know, like for instance, there's a saying, right? பனமரத்து கல்லு கீழே பனமரத்து கீழே பால் குடிச்சா நீ கல்லு குடிச்சேன்னு அர்த்தம். Right or not? பனமரத்து கீழே ஒருத்த பனமரத்து கீழே இருந்து பால் குடிக்கிறான். அப்போ விபத்தியாடா காலங்காத்திலே கல் அடிக்கிறான் தோடி. You know, in English, the translation is, if you are standing under the toddy, you know toddy, the drinking alcohol, toddy tree, you are standing under the toddy tree, the palm tree that produce toddy, and you drink milk. You just stand and you just drink milk. People start to think that actually you are drinking toddy. Why? Because imperfect senses. You know, in fact, there's Tirukural also says, right? கண்ணால் பார்ப்பது போய் இது திருக்குறள் கண்ணால் பார்ப்பது போய்
True Prabhu.
இது திருக்குறள்
Yes Prabhu, திருக்குறள்
கண்ணால் பார்ப்பது போய் காதால் கேட்பது போய் தீர விசாரணை மெய். Whatever you see is fault, whatever you hear is fault. So the only thing is to investigate to find out the truth. So when we have so much of challenges, we have imperfect eyes, imperfect intelligence, imperfect mind, imperfect everything. How are we can identify, who are we to say something about someone, even a non-devotee? All right, they are not yet properly. What Prabhupada used is a beautiful word, not yet properly purified. That's all. So when you see such a devotee, what you should do? People should be, so such a people should be respected within one mind. So you should offer your respect within your mind, enough, right? But their association should be avoided. So the person that can associate with them is their mentor. Like for instance, a person who was struggling with this sense gratification, he couldn't give up. He has to go and look for Uttama, Madhyama, Adhikari for purification. But you don't go and associate with them. Right? It's very important. So what I'm saying is, that's why as what Prabhupada says, opening in confidence. When you want to open your mind, when you have some kind of issue, you want to speak to someone, you must remember to whom you're talking. When you don't talk to the wrong person, they'll offer you something else. Nah, yeah, mind la, don't worry, come, carry on smoking. And that devotee till today is still not initiated. It's still like touch and go devotee. But the damages that he has made, we have to be very careful. Because all these, I realized after reading the book. So I'm speaking from my own realization. So you should avoid their association. Association should be avoided. Those who are innocent, but simply carried away by bad association, should be shown favor if they're eager to receive proper instruction from a pure devotee. But those neophyte devotees who are actually initiated. Mark this word. The neophyte devotee is actually initiated by bona fide spiritual master and are seriously engaged in carrying out the orders of spiritual master should be offered respectful obeisances. All right. So when you see this thing, they are working hard, but still they are not purified. We still have to offer them respect. In this Krishna conscious movement, a chance is given to everyone without discrimination of caste, creed, color. I am not saying this. Srila Prabhupada is speaking about this. A Prabhupada who was born and bred in a typical Bengali family, not a modern family. He was born in 1896. When that time, the height of this caste system and all these things, that's when the Priya rascal all came and tried to confuse everyone. But he is saying that Krishna conscious movement is a chance given to everyone without the discrimination of caste. You can be the highest caste, you can be the lowest dog eater. There's one story about what is it? Maharaj name? The one he's in charge of this GBC of Balkan State, Europe. What is his name? One of Prabhupada's very dear disciple. He and Indra Yumna Maharaj was giving initiation. They were having that program in this place called, in one of the state Balkans, what, Sweden, Finland, or somewhere there, right? There's a place where they got the Bering Sea. The Bering Sea is a very rough sea. The sea is always very rough. So before the initiation, the Guru Maharaj asked, I think Sivarama Swami, no. So he asked that question. So tell me about yourself before the initiation. And the girl was telling, Guru Maharaj, formerly I was born in a family of cannibals. So what? Cannibals. We love to eat human beings. In that Bering Sea or the sea, whatever Red Sea, always the sea is so rough. When the captain navigates the ship wrongly, it capsizes. So when all the body is washed to the shore, we usually go and eat their body. And especially my grandmother used to say, the eyeball of the British man is the most tastiest. And the Maharaj said, stop. And he was, lava. Because when he gives initiation, he's accepting all his karma. And imagine, he's a cannibal. From family of a cannibal, eats human being. And yet, he is now a first-class being. No discrimination. Right? What about discrimination? You talk about people who are eating human beings. He's the worst, right? So everyone is invited to join the movement. So everyone is invited to join and sit with us. Take prasadam and hear about Krishna. When we see that someone who's actually interested in Krishna consciousness and wants to be initiated, we accept him as the disciple for the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. When a neophyte devotee actually initiated, when the neophyte actually initiated and engaged in devotional service by the order of the spiritual master, he should be accepted immediately as a bona fide Vaishnava. Look at that. Even you see they are accepted by spiritual master, sometimes they have some issue, they fall down, they still has to be accepted as bona fide Vaishnava. We should not discriminate. And obeisances should be offered unto him. In other words, even when a person is taken even from the low caste, when he's given this kind of thing, we should offer obeisances. We shouldn't say, hey, this is from that family, cannot. No. Out of many such Vaishnavas, all right. Now, okay. When a neophyte devotee is actually initiated and engaged in devotional service of the spiritual master, he should be accepted immediately as bona fide Vaishnava, and obeisances should be offered to him. Out of many such Vaishnava, one may be found to be very seriously engaged in service of the Lord. So that means out of many such Vaishnavas, one may be found to be very seriously engaged in the service of the Lord and strictly following the regulative principle. Right? So chanting the prescribed number of rounds on japa beads and always thinking how to expand the Krishna conscious movement. Such a Vaishnava should be accepted as a Uttama Adhikari, a highly advanced devotee, and his association should always be sought. So who are the people that promoted? Who are the people that's promoted? Why is it okay? Right? We say that when we see a person Okay. When no, it's not moving. Okay. So now, first, we don't care about what is a caste. Out of such Vaishnavas, one may be found very serious. Okay. And what he thinks, chanting prescribed number of rounds in the beats and always thinking how to expand Krishna conscious movement. Okay. How we can expand the Krishna conscious movement, like doing Sankirtan and all these things. So such a Vaishnava should be accepted as Uttama Adhikari or highly advanced devotee. And his association is always important. Okay. Now, this thing is not working properly. Right. So, by the process of the devotee become attached to Krishna is prescribed in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Antya Leela 4:192. Diksha kale bhakta kare atma samarpana se kale Krishna tare kare atma sama. At the time of initiation, when a devotee fully surrendered to the service of the Lord, Krishna accepts him as good as himself. Right? Diksha or spiritual initiation. Now you see the word Vivan. So Diksha or spiritual initiation. Okay. So Diksha or spiritual initiation. Spiritual initiation is explained in the Bhakti Sandarbha 230 by Jiva Goswami. He says, Divyam Jnanam Yato Datyat Kuryat Papasya Sankshayan Tasmat Diksheti Sa Prokta Deshikais Tattva Kovidai. So what does that mean? By Diksha, one gradually becomes, by Diksha, one gradually, okay, the word that we should always remember, gradually, it's not overnight, gradually become disinterested in material enjoyment. First of all, by Diksha, a person becomes gradually disinterested in material enjoyment, then gradually becomes interested in spiritual life, right? So that's why it says it takes a lifetime. It takes a lifetime for us to practice bhakti and to become good in it. Okay. Now, we have seen many practical examples of this, especially in Europe and America. Okay, we have seen this practical, especially in Europe and America. Prabhupada is explaining what he says. Many students who come to us from rich and respectable family quickly lose all interest in material enjoyment and become very eager to enter into spiritual life. Although they come from a wealthy family, many of them accept living conditions such as not comfortable. Indeed, for Krishna's sake, they are prepared to accept any living condition as long as they can live in the temple and associate with Vaishnava. This is one thing that was very interesting. Any one of you got this Dancing White Elephant, the book Dancing White Elephant? All right. If you don't have the book, you should get one. I think I got few copies. If you want, you can also get it from me. Right? So Dancing White Elephant. In that book, Dancing White Elephant, they are explaining when Prabhupada went to India to preach. One of that personalities of Banu Maharaj. You know, the Banu Maharaj that usually traveled to Malaysia and also person in charge of Chennai ISKCON. He was one of the person. I was thinking he's very clean, very tidy. You know, I don't think so he can take dirt and everything. When I read that story about this Dancing White Elephant, I got a shock of my life. They all lived in a place was so terrible, so dirty, so nasty. You know, when they were sleeping, something was crawling. When they woke up, they saw the rat was on there. You know, they accepted all these kind of things for the sake of Prabhupada and sake of preaching. When they become disinterested in material enjoyment, he became fit for initiation by the spiritual master. For the advancement of spiritual life, Srimad Bhagavatam 6, Canto 6, 1 and 13 says, Tapasya brahmacharyena shamena sadamena cha. When a person is serious about accepting Diksha, he must be prepared to practice austerity, celibacy and control the mind and the body. If one is so prepared, is desirous to receiving spiritual enlightenment, Divya Jnanam, he is fit for being initiated. Divya Jnanam is technically called Tat Vijnana, the knowledge of the Supreme. Tat Vijnanartham Sa Gurum Eva Vigache. When one is interested in transcendental subject matter of the absolute truth, he should be interested. When one is interested, right? Such a person should approach a spiritual master in order to take Diksha. Srimad Bhagavatam 11.3.21. also prescribes Tasmat Gurum Prapatyeta Ninnasu Shreya Uttamam. When one is actually interested in transcendental science of the absolute truth, he should approach a spiritual master. But the question is, Lama, if like this means how? How am I supposed to do it? Because, like, for instance, Srila Prabhupada was so merciful. Srila Prabhupada was so merciful, right? He broke certain rules and he started to give Diksha, okay, this thing. And that's how that all our spiritual master and his followers of Srila Prabhupada are following the same step, what their Guru Maharaj did. Because when you really want to see a person who are really going to be prepared to be initiated, it's look like not easy, right? But the spiritual master is so loving and kind enough, simply willing to accept every devotee because they're taking a big risk. When we are not following our rules and regulations, the spiritual master have to suffer the consequences. But yet they are prepared for it. They are prepared for it. They give initiation, even though a person is not qualified. It's okay. But eventually, that devotee, out of the causeless mercy, you know why? Because the spiritual master every day worshipping to the Supreme Personality. My dear Lord, I hope all my disciples will become a pure devotee of Krishna. Pure devotee at your lotus feet. We are praying to Krishna. We may have some desire. But spiritual master also praying to Krishna. What desire does he have? And he pray for what? Money? He pray for, he pray every day to the deity that one day all my disciples will become a pure devotee. Just for the sake of that spiritual master, right? Sake of the spiritual master, you will eventually become a pure devotee. That's why to have a spiritual master is very important. When we are asking, I'm in trouble, can you pray for me? My prayer for you and all this is not as powerful. Because when spiritual master prays to Krishna, Krishna just waiting, come on, ask me what you want. Because the devotee, pure devotee says, I don't want anything. No, please tell me what you want. No, I don't want anything. But suddenly, please tell me, okay, you want to do something? Please make all my disciples pure devotee. When that thing happened, what will happen? The spiritual master, when the request from a spiritual master happen, the Krishna will eventually will fulfill that. It's very important. That's why Diksha is very important. Okay, there's a question here. Someone asked a question. What does it mean by practice austerity and celibacy? Practice austerity means, that means you're waking up early in the morning. Like now we are talking about our standard practice. Waking up before sunrise at 4 a.m. and perform Mangala Arati. First you do Tulsi Puja, then you do Guru Puja. All right. Then after Guru Puja, there's a Mangala Arati, right? Then after Sansara Dava Nalalida Loka, okay, you do all that. Then after that, you sit and chant your 16 rounds in one sitting. You don't chant in an installment. Morning 4, afternoon 4, evening 4. One shot, do your 16 rounds. Right? So that is a standard austerity. Okay, that means that means, of course, we like to sleep. The best time to sleep is 4 a.m., right? That's when the deep sleep comes. But they say ask you to wake up at 4 o'clock. You know why? At 4 a.m., even the dog won't bark. Even the dog won't be barking. Because everybody go into deep slumber at that moment. Right? Celibacy means brahmacharya. Brahmacharya. That means say like brahmacharya means like a controlling your senses, right? So the celibacy, so say a married man, how can a married man be a brahmachari? That means you only engage with your wife when it's only required, not whenever. Like some people, they must have it every single day, right? So every single day they really want like so extreme. All that cannot. So that's celibacy. Even a grahastha, you have to practice celibacy. That means you only want to engage in that act when it's only required, not whenever you feel like it. Okay, so
Okay, Prabhu. Thanks, Prabhu.
one should not accept spiritual master. One should not accept spiritual master without following his instruction. Okay, nor should one accept spiritual master just to make a fashionable show of spiritual life. Oh, I am initiated. I am Das. I am Dasi. No, we should not accept. We're just following without following the instruction. We are not going to follow the instruction of spiritual master. Don't accept it. And you don't accept spiritual master just for fashion. One must be jignasu, very much inquisitive. That means he must be inquisitive to learn from the bona fide spiritual master. The inquiry one make should strictly pertain to transcendental science. Jignasu Shreya Uttama. The word Uttamam refers to that which is above the spiritual knowledge. Tama means the darkness of material world. And Ut means transcendental. So general people who are interested in inquiring about the mundane subject matter. That means general people are interested only talking about nonsense things. But when one has lost such interest and is simply interested in transcendental subject, he is quite fit to be initiated. When one is actually initiated by a bona fide spiritual master, and when he is seriously engaged in service of the Lord, he should be accepted as Madhyama Adhikari. So when first we start with the first step, Kanishta. So when we start to follow, when you are very inquisitive and everything, then we will somehow or other will be promoted to as Madhyama Adhikari. All right. There are so many things, so many things. They were talking about devotees, this and that, and some devotees they become what they call like girls. Even after initiation, they still remain glamorous. All these things are we should understand as Kanishta. Of course, sometimes when we see it's an eyesore, we start to think why these girls are behaving so terribly, if the boys are behaving so terribly. But what to do? We should always honor them through our mind. We don't associate with them, don't join them. All right. But eventually, by the prayers of Krishna, they eventually will be promoted. Okay. Now let's move on. The chanting. We overshoot by 11 o'clock. Okay. So there's another few more paragraphs. Okay. The chanting of the holy name of Krishna is so sublime. We always must remember this. The chanting of the holy name is so sublime that if you once chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra offenselessly, carefully avoiding the 10 offenses, he can certainly be okay. So when the chanting of the holy name of Krishna is so sublime that if one chants the Hare Krishna mantra offenselessly, without any offense, carefully avoiding the 10 offenses, he can certainly be gradually elevated to the point of understanding that there is no difference between the holy name and the Lord himself. All right. So we have to chant the holy name without offense. Okay. So without what is the 10 offenses? Okay. The 10 offenses are maybe I share and post in the group. So I will share in the group so that now so we have to avoid. So sometimes when you're not getting a taste for chanting, and all these things, because we know that certain offenses we still have not come out of it, right? So we have to be very careful. Okay, so we avoid the 10 offenses, and when we can distinguish, and again Prabhupada used the word gradually elevated. Don't expect to be elevated on the spot. Okay, to the understanding there's no difference between the holy name and the Lord himself, because chanting the Krishna's name and Krishna himself, there's no difference. One who has reached such an outstanding, that means one who have reached to that, who have reached such an outstanding should be very much respected by neophyte. So when the person achieves that, all right, he should be respected by neophyte. One should know for certain that without chanting the holy name of the Lord offenselessly, one cannot be proper candidate in advancement in Krishna consciousness. You got it? Please mark this word. Okay. Please mark this word. Highlight this word or just underline. One who has reached such an outstanding, ones who have reached such an understanding, right? Understanding should be very much respected by neophyte. That means we as a neophyte, we should respect them. Okay. And also we should know for certain that without chanting, we all should remember this in our heart. Without chanting the holy name of the Lord offenselessly, I mean, we should not have that offense. One can never become a proper candidate to become an advancement in Krishna consciousness. We are still under trial period. First, we're trying to chant by ourselves. All right. Then after that, we accept a guru. So once we accept a guru, the guru give you the name, the same mantra, you see, and with the inspiration of the guru, you're more inspired to chant more attentively. With the mercy of the guru and Krishna, Okay, you will eventually become advanced in your chanting. Okay, so like that. So Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 2269 says, Yahara Komala Shraddha Ke Kanishta Jana Krame Krame Tengho Bhakta Ha Ibe Uttama. One whose faith is soft, one whose faith is soft and pliable is called neophyte. One whose faith is soft, that means our faith is not strong enough. So lembe, and pliable is called neophyte. But by gradual following the process, he will rise to the platform of first class devotee. Okay. First, like example, when I first joined the Muay Thai or Karate or Taekwondo, my body is still weak. Ayo, pick amma, ayo, appa. Then they pick out Krishna, like that. But as we go on training and training, we become super strong. Just like that, okay? So when we first start, it's be like all lembe. But once we start to become advanced, all right, once we start to follow the gradual following the process, we have to follow the process. He will rise to the platform of first class devotee. Everyone begins, now Prabhupada saying, okay, everyone begins devotional life from a neophyte stage. We are all beginning this thing from the neophyte stage. But if one properly finishes, okay, chanting the prescribed number of rounds of Harinam, he is elevated step by step to the highest platform of Uttamadhikari. Now the decision is in your hand. I am chanting 5 rounds, I'm chanting 2 rounds, I'm chanting 8 rounds. So now, how fast you want to go to the level of highest level? It's in your hand to decide. Because Krishna allow you to make the decision. All right? You're chanting good rounds is okay, very good. Chanting 5 rounds is better. 8 rounds is good. But what Prabhupada says, you must chant 16 rounds, 1/4 of the 64 rounds. The total round that one must chant 64. But Srila Prabhupada was so merciful. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada says, if you don't chant 64 rounds, you're fallen. And imagine Srila Prabhupada came and said, I'll give you 1/4 of it. Chant your 16 rounds. And that's why he said, minimum 16 rounds. But what happened? We all sitting in that minimum standard. You know, can you imagine you go to school, they say, minimum passing mark is 50. Okay, when you get 50 means you get C. Will you always try to think of hitting that minimum passing mark? Who will do that? Right? Just imagine a child comes to me and say, my children come to me and say, Appa, you know what? I am going to pass that subject. You know, I'm targeting the minimum passing mark. I thought you were supposed to go for A. Not only A plus. No need, pa. Minimum 50 enough. Minimum, I try to hit my 50, I just pass, is okay. Will you do that? When we are all trying to elevate ourselves, we don't want to have a minimum standard. All right? Minimum cooking, a rice and a dal. So do you cook that? Or minimum rice and dal is enough. But we don't do that. We must have rice, dal, and few sabjis. Yes or no? Huh? So the minimum salary, minimum standard, minimum salary that you can get in a job, will you settle for that? You want to go for that? You know, sometimes when you see the advertisement, minimum starting salary 1,500. But when you go negotiate, will you ask for 1,500? No, like give me 1,800 lah. We start with 1,500 first. All right? So will you still remain in 1,500? Enough lah, boss. 1,500 enough. That's a minimum. No. We are all trying to improve our chanting. So minimum 16 rounds means is not to sit in 16 rounds. It's not to be a C student. You have to be elevated to B and eventually go to A. Then you become to A plus student, A star student. You have to be a superstar, right? You cannot always remain in a minimum standard like that. So we have to always engage. We have to always increase. So let me say, so prescribed number of rounds, 16 minimum. So please chant your 16 rounds daily. Like now, if today is Chinese New Year holiday started, I believe that all of you should be on leave. Engage, right? I know there's so many exciting things out there, but nothing can be more exciting when your consciousness is elevated spiritually. So the Krishna conscious movement prescribes 16 rounds daily because people in the Western countries cannot concentrate for a long period of chanting on beats. They cannot concentrate more than that. Therefore, the minimum number of rounds is prescribed. However, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati used to say, that unless one chant at least 64, right? Okay, Bhakti Siddha Saraswati used to say that unless one chants at least 64 rounds of japa, or if you look at 64 means equivalent to 100,000 names of Vishnu, he is considered fallen, padita. Imagine, if you don't chant 64, you're fallen. But Prabhupada says, in Western world, they cannot count because they are on mission. I might do 16 now. So according to his calculation, practically every one of us are fallen. According to calculation, practically every one of us are fallen. All right, every one of us are fallen, padita. For padita means fallen. But because we are trying to serve the Supreme Lord with all our seriousness, all right, without duplicity, we are not pretending. We can expect the mercy of the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is famous as Padita Pavana. Right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also known as so famous as Padita Pavana, the deliverer of the fallen. Parama Karuna, like our Ipo presiding deity, Parama Karuna Gauranitai, extremely merciful and extremely yes, we will.
Prabhu, your meaning of Patita Tarana means what, Prabhu? The meaning of the name.
My
Just to
name.
know. Ah, yes, Prabhu.
Padita Pavana means Sanskrit. Padita Tarana means Odisha language, Oriya.
Oh, same deliverer of fallen, is it, Prabhu?
Padita
Haribol.
Pavana means the one Padita Pavana Chaitanya. See, like for instance, Padita Pavana Chaitanya means Lord Chaitanya who delivers the fallen. Padita. Padita means fallen. Pavana, the sinful people, all the fallen sinful people, deliver them. Pavana. Okay, the deliverer. All right, like my name is Padita Tarana. Tarana means my Guru Maharaj gave me the name. My name is under this Orient language, Bengal. I mean, not Bengali, not Sanskrit, Odisha. What they call? What's the country? What's the place? Jagannath Puri.
Puri.
Bhubaneswar. The Orisha language. There is one song also, Padita Tarna Jagannath. That's one bhajan. The Jagannath. There's one of the song the people in Orissa used to sing that song. Right? Padita Tarna Jagannath. So that means, am I Padita Tarna Jagannath? No, I'm the Das. Look at the word Das behind. I am the servant of Lord Jagannath who delivers the fallen. Okay, don't ever think, oh, I'm Krishna. Oh, I'm Krishna, man. No, you are the Das or Dasi, servant. All right, but the beautiful name is like Vaishnava Kripa. Beautiful name that Prabhu got. Is he around? Oh, he's left. Oh, he's not feeling well actually. Vaishnava Kripa. Oh, what a beautiful name. You know. Anyway. Okay, now it's considered fallen. According to his calculation, practically every one of us is fallen. But because we are trying to serve the Supreme Lord with seriousness, without duplicity, we can expect the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, who is famous as Padita Pavana. When Srila Satyaraj Khan, this is another beautiful story, a great devotee of Sri Chaitanya, please consider this message very clearly here. This is a very clear message. When Srila Satyaraj Khan, a great devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, asked the Lord how the Vaishnava could be recognized. He asked a good question or not? Who is asking? He asked the Supreme Personality himself. Prabhu, how we could recognize? Okay, how we could be recognized. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, Prabhu kahe means Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu speaking. Prabhu kahe means speaking. Yandra muke shuni ekabor. Krishna Nama se puja Shrestha Sabhakar. This words in Bengali. If one hears a person say even once the word Krishna, that person should be accepted as the best man out of the common group. Are you all following me on this? All right. Please mark this word. Prabhu kahe. Lord says, Yon re mukeshuni ekabore, Krishna nama se puja shrestha sabhakar. If one hears a person even say the word Krishna, person should be accepted the best man out of the common group. And we are in Malaysia, we are living in if you really look at it, we are living in heaven. Every day we are worshipping, we are chanting the name Krishna, Krishna, Hare, Hare, Rama, Rama. Hari apa? Hari Raya Cina, Eso Hari Raya Cina. Right? Hari Raya Deepavali. Hari ni hari apa? Matahari. Tengok itu Rama Rama. Just say what day, and there's a shopping center in Malaysia, right? Hari in Ipoh, opposite Billion, and they put a big speaker. I think they put a big speaker and they play the music loud. Hari, datang sini shopping. Hari. Every day, everyone is chanting the name of Hari. Even so what we see, we are actually in Vaishnava Sangha. But of course, they are in neophyte stage. So what we should do, we should pay our respect and obeisances in our mind, but don't go and join them. Can you see how much of peace you can create when you start to practice bhakti? And you should be very grateful that you are born in this part of the world. You know, during my Bhakti Sastri class, formerly with VIHE, Vrindavan Institute of Higher Education, Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami, he's an African Maharaj. All right, anyone of you know him? Have you seen about him? He's an African Maharaj from Nigeria. He's a disciple of Bhakti Tirtha Swami, one of Prabhupada's black disciple, black American. And his disciple is Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami. He's an African. Okay, he's a Jamaican. He's born in Nigeria. You know, Nigerian people very tall. You know, they got big, you see. And he's a Swami. So during that class, I told Maharaj, in Malaysia, everybody is chanting Hari. Hari Appa, Hari Kamis, Hari Rabu, Hari shopping center. We call the butterfly Rama Rama. You know, in Ipoh, in Simpang Pulai, near after the traffic light, Simpang Pulai traffic, just after Gunung Rapat, the traffic light, just go. You know, there's a Chinese temple on the left, just right opposite the Chinese temple. Right? You know what is called? Taman Hari Leela. Can you imagine Hari Leela? When I went there, I got a shock. Jalan Hari Leela. It's a pastime of Hari. The place is the pastime of Hari. Hari Leela. You see that? How beautiful. So we are living in this Malaysia. We should be very fortunate. So that Maharaj told me, you know what, Padita Tarna? Next birth, I definitely want to born in Malaysia. I say, Maharaj, I thought you want to go back home, back to Godhead. I'm not interested. Such a wonderful devotee. He said in next birth, he wants to be born in Malaysia because he wants to hear everybody chanting Hari, 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 Hari. Can you see that? So what we can understand from this? We are living in a Vaishnava Sangha. This country is Vaishnava country, but unfortunately, they are neophyte. So don't go and fight with them, don't go and associate with them, but mentally honor them. But that's what I am not speculating. That's why Krishna, if one hears a person, even once they say word Krishna, that person should be accepted as the best man out of the common group. That means Malaysia looks like everybody's a best man. You know, Tan Sri Ananda Krishnan, Suramaningal Dunia, Ananda Krishnan. They have to keep talking about Ananda Krishnan, the richest man in the country, when he passed away. All right? Just imagine. So, Ataiva Yandra Muke Eka Krishna Nam, Setai Vaishnava Kariho, Ton Hora, Sammona. What it says here. One who is interested in chanting the holy name of Krishna. One who is interested in chanting the holy name of Krishna. Or who by practice likes to chant the Krishna's name. Okay? Yeah. What is this? Okay, one who... Yeah, better remove this. Okay. One who is interested in chanting the holy name of Krishna, who by practice likes to chant the Krishna's name. Okay? Should be accepted as Vaishnava and offered respect as such. At least, oh my God. Wait, huh? What is wrong with me? Just change the battery. Right. Okay, again. Should be accepted as Vaishnava and offered respect as such. At least within one's mind. As I said just now. When we see people around us, let it be Malay, Chinese, Indians, whoever it is, just respect them within our mind. Right? One of our friend, a famous English musician, that's called George Harrison, has become attracted to chanting the holy name of Krishna. And even in his record, he has several he has made a several mention Lord Krishna's name. Okay, several times mentioned the holy name of Krishna. Okay, at his home, he offers respect to the picture of Krishna and also to the preachers of Krishna consciousness. In all regards, he has very high estimation of Krishna's name and Krishna's activity. Therefore, we offer respect to him without reservation. None other than George Harrison, all right? Beatles, George Harrison. For we are actually seeing that this gentleman is advancing gradually in Krishna consciousness. Such a person should always be shown respect. Okay, the conclusion is that anyone who is trying to advance in Krishna consciousness by regularly chanting the holy name of the Lord should be respected as Vaishnava. Okay, anyone who is trying to advance, even those who are trying to advance, okay, by regular chanting of the holy name, should be respected as Vaishnava. On the other hand, we have witnessed that some of our contemporaries who are supposed to be great preachers have gradually fallen into the material conception. Okay, so even Prabhupada is explaining this. On the other hand, we also have witnessed some of our contemporaries, that means some devotees who are supposed to be the great preacher, but gradually fallen into the material conception of life because they have failed to chant the holy name of the Lord. Even these devotees sometimes fall down. While giving instruction to Sanatan Goswami, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu divided devotional service into 3 categories. Okay, he divided devotional service to 3 categories. Who? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay. Sastra Yukti no hi Joni Duddha Shraddhavan Madhyama Adhikari She Mahabhakyavan. A person, okay, Mahabhakyavan, the word we are seeing, very fortunate. Mahabhakyavan. A person whose conclusive knowledge, a person who conclusive knowledge of the Sastra is not very strong. Okay, a person who conclusive knowledge, when he cannot get enough knowledge. I try to study. So many people say it's okay, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Oh, I need to read so many books to read. I don't have the lifetime. It's okay, it's okay. But Lord Krishna says, but who has developed firm faith in chanting the Krishna Maha Mantra? Okay? Who has developed firm faith in chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, who is also undeterred in the execution of his prescribed devotional service, should be considered Madhyama Adhikari. Not the Madhyama Adhikari is the one who have already got Bhakti Sastri, Bhakti Vaibhava, what do you call? Then Bhakti Vedanta, Bhakti Sarvabhauma. We have all the degrees behind us. Yes, someone saying something? All right. So it is not that, oh, I got a Bhakti Sastri, BS, okay? Then I got BV, Bhakti Vaibhava. Then BVE, Bhakti Vedanta. Then Bhakti Sarvabhauma, PhD. You have all the title behind. Not necessary. Right? But a person who has developed firm faith in chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, who is also undeterred, that means he's strongly firm in his execution of prescribed devotional service, should be considered as Madhyama Adhikari. You all following me on this? Please underline this word. So in the future, this is for your own reference. When someone says, hey, why you don't have a Bhakti Sastri? Why you don't have a Bhakti Vaibhava? Oh, you don't have Bhakti Vaibhava, huh? When people say something, just mentally honor them and just say Hare Krishna. But never give up your faith in chanting the Hare Krishna Maha. What is that conclusion of Bhakti Sastri? What is that conclusion of Bhakti Vaibhava? Bhakti Vedanta, Bhakti Sarva? What is that conclusion? That you should chant the 10, you should chant the Hare Krishna mantra offenselessly. So when are you going to chant the mantra offenselessly? Is it by theoretical language? Because all the books you are studying theory. Is it by studying all these things can make you offenseless in your chanting? No. By continuous chanting every single day. Not today you chant, tomorrow you take a break, and day after tomorrow you chant. No. Every day you should chant. Right? It's your daily prescription. Why 16 rounds? Just now we saw 64 rounds we chant. Means it's equivalent to 100,000 names. Yes or not? If you chant 16 is equivalent to 24,000 names. What is that 24,000 name means? According to the Ayurveda, one day a man breathe in, breathe out 24,000 times in 24 hours. You know? That 24,000. I don't know how they come into that calculation. But they say 24,000 times. So when you chant this Hare Krishna 16 rounds, is consider every breath that you breathe that day, you have chanted the name of Krishna. Can you see? Right? So we have to have that standard. We have, even though, like studies, even though some are other, but to chant, you have to be very enthusiastic and very determined. And if you cannot follow, force yourself. Force it into you. And don't worry about the 10 offenses, right? The offenses are there, but offenses you only can practice once you are already in that practice. When you even struggle to chant one round, you're worried about the 10 offenses. What's the point? Don't worry about the offenses. Chant your 16 round first. At first your tongue will be very numb. I'm telling you. Hare Krishna. When you chant only, you get a lot of inspiration. When you chant only, suddenly you're inspired to do something. When you chant only, you want to see your Facebook and your what they call, and your what they call, phone. When you chant only, suddenly you want to make a call to someone. When you chant only, you want to see something. No! You must remember this one thing, my dear Prabhus and mothers. Chanting is your exclusive appointment with Radha Rani. You are putting a proposal to Radha Rani. Hare Ladini Shakti. Oh Mother Radha, engage me in the service of Krishna, the most attractive one. Every one of you are so attracted to Krishna. You are drinking him through your eyes and your heart start to melt. I want that beautiful form. Please engage my eyes. I would like to see that beautiful form. And not only that, oh Mother Radha, I also want to feel the taste, the ambrosial taste of Krishna. Madhurya Ras. Even possible, I also want to enjoy the Prakya Ras, Parakya Ras. I want that. Please give me that. And who is keeping? Oh Mother, you are keeping it. You have taken all that ambrosial and you just make it into a big, what is the word? Reservoir. You have made into a big dam, reservoir. You are holding it all within you. Please, Mother, give it to me. Just even a single drop. If you think you want to take it and dilute into the entire ocean of the ocean of the creation, the ocean of creation, Garbhodakshayi ocean. All right. Even Garbhodakshayi is not big enough. Okay, you talk about Karnadakshayi. All right. So you go into the Karnadakshayi ocean. Mahavishnu, the place that's so huge, Karnadakshayi ocean. Even you take a drop of that ambrosial, drop in that, dilute it so nicely. Even you take that diluted water and come to this planet and dilute in the entire universe. After diluting into all that water body available in this world, in that diluted, just give me one drop. I just want that one tiny drop of that Abhirama. Please engage me in your service for them. So when you want to put proposal, you don't put proposal by looking somewhere else. You don't put that proposal by watching TV. You don't put proposal by listening to some lecture. You don't even put the proposal by even putting Prabhupada Japa. Many people do that. They put the Prabhupada Japa one side and they chant along. No, it's your personal chanting. You're not, because you don't, of course, Prabhupada is very pure and everything, but your chanting is supposed to be your own. It's not that you put the Prabhupada chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, chant along. No. Right? Don't do that. You don't chant when you drive. Okay? You don't chant when you eat. You don't chant when you drink. You don't chant when you go to the toilet. You don't take the kids to the toilet. Okay, all that. Because that is your exclusive appointment with the Lord. And where you should chant? Right in front of Tulasi Maharani. Try to put a Tulasi Maharani in a small pot and keep it in your house. You have one in that, but just keep one small pot. Look at Tulasi Maharani. Because she is the superintendent. She is the secretary for Radharani. Krishna's spiritual secretary is Yogamaya. That is Subhadra. And his external secretary, external energy secretary is Mahamaya. That Maya, that is this thing that we are in. Right? And similarly, Radharani secretary is none other than Tulasi Maharani. Right? Tulasi Maharani. And that Tulasi Maharani is the one, okay, I don't go into the details, so high standard. It's mentioned in this book called Gopi Geet. Oh, when you read Gopi Geet, you'll faint. Right? So Gopi. So in that book, it says that Tulasi Maharani is the one set the thing. Okay. Now Radharani is coming. Okay, Tulasi going to set up the place, set up the groove, make it so nice. So Krishna and Radha will meet. So like that. So that is that. So sit in front of her, Tulsi Maharani. My dear Tulsi, right? Please give me the opportunity so that I can engage my mind, my intelligence unto the lotus feet. So when you do that, right, all the thoughts in your mind will fly away. So when you should chant, when I was following the class with my mentor, Pran Govinda Prabhu, he had a good association. He had an association with Bhakti Marga Swami, one of the Prabhupada disciples. He came to visit. And during that talk in the morning, someone asked Bhakti Marga Swami, he said, Maharaj, when is the best time to chant? He said, early in the morning. Is it okay if I chant in the afternoon? Is it okay if I chant at night? And Maharaj said something very beautiful. Please mark this word. Okay, listen. Increase your volume. Maharaj said something very nicely. He said, you should chant early in the morning before any of the three modes of material nature comes into your mind. What is the three modes of material nature? Goodness, passion, and ignorance. You should chant before that mode of passion comes in. You should chant before the mode of ignorance comes in. You should chant even the mode of goodness comes in. Because early in the morning at 4 o'clock, there's no mode. It's a transcendental goodness. It's beyond the three modes of material nature. So before any mood of situation comes in, sit and do your japa. That's the best time to do your japa. If any one of you thinks you want to stay healthy, if any one of you thinks that you want to lose weight, you want to burn calories, if you're fat, you want to lose weight, all right? The best time is to meditate early in the morning. When you wake up at 4 o'clock, you do not even need to take your bath. Don't worry, I don't need to take my bath. Of course, when you don't do Mangalarti, you have to take your bath. But if you're just chanting, it's okay. But anyway, so wake up early in the morning. Okay, early in the morning, when you chant your Hare Krishna, even by sitting in one place, or what? You burn your calorie at a very high rate. You lose weight or you become more healthy. You don't need to go around, run around, walk. You don't need to do this yoga, etc. All that, no need. Trust me. Wake up early in the morning at 4 o'clock. You straight away sit and chant your Hare Krishna. Sit straight. If you cannot sit straight, just walk around. But just do it in front of Tulsi Maharani. When you start to chant, you start to lose tremendous amount of weight. You're going to be super duper healthy. And you know what? You're going to dedicate your day to Krishna. My dear Krishna, thank you very much for 28 January 2025. This day is given to me. And therefore, I would like to offer the day to you and accept as prasadam. In any challenges that are going to happen or any good things or challenges that are going to happen on this day, everything is your mercy. If we can do that, just imagine what kind of peace of mind you're going to face. You're going to feel unbelievable. I'm telling you. Right? So that's why it says, so you develop a firm faith in chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, who is undeterred in the execution of the prescribed devotional service, should be considered Madhyama Adhikari. So not just by being a Bhakti Sastri, Bhakti Vaibhava, Bhakti Vedanti, or all these things. Of course, it's very important because somehow or other you are forced to study that book. If not, you won't study. Right? Like today, we are sitting here, we are forced to talk about it because of commitment. If not, I definitely will never do it because I know myself better. I'm a lazy flirt. Right? So like that. Okay? So now we understand this, what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. All right? Then after that, such a person is very fortunate, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Such a fortunate. Madhyama Adhikari is Shraddhavan, or staunchly faithful person, who is actually a candidate for further advancement in devotional service. Therefore, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 22.64, it says, Shraddhavan Janahoy Bhakti Adhikari Uttama Madhyama Kanishta Shraddha Anushari. One becomes qualified as a devotee. One becomes qualified as a devotee on an elementary platform. That means like a kindergarten platform. Okay. Then the intermediate platform and the highest platform of devotional service according to the development of his Shraddha, faith. Okay. So when are we going to receive this? According to our faith. How is your faith? Okay. So it all depends on your faith. So the faith, when the faith will arrive, of course, one is reading. When you read more and more, you'll start to have the faith. But the faith will become intensified. The faith will become strong when you start to reciprocate, when you start to feel that studies. So the feeling of the study is when you chant Hare Krishna, right? Now you're studying, you say like, I'm a man who never married, and I'm reading to all the love stories. I love to read all the love novel. The man looked at me and I looked at him. Suddenly something blossomed. Kannanam nokanal, kannagiyum nokanal, kannum kannum, nokia, kannum kannum. kollai adittal, kannum kollai adittal kadal, all these kind of things we are listening, we are listening to all kind of songs, all kind of, the love, the love blossoms, everything looks thing, and I don't feel like I'm staying here, I feel like I'm floating and all, we are reading, yeah. But I've never fallen in love in my life, right? After reading all that, it's just theory. But the day when you start to fall in love, suddenly you see a girl, a boy, you suddenly fall in love, that's when you start to feel you're floating, you bathe, you don't feel like you've bathed, you brush your teeth, you don't feel like you brush your teeth, you eat, you're supposed to put the food into your mouth, suddenly you put it into your nose. Just joking, eh? So like that. So then I said, oh, then that's when we start to feel that experience. So similarly, we are studying the Vedas, yes, but the ultimate cause of the Veda, for you to experience the japa, the Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you should chant. You can put away everything. You can just this is only, but you can never put down your chanting. Chanting is a must, right? So that's what Krishna says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everything happens according to the development of his Shraddha, right? Then Shraddha Shabde Vivasaka He Shuddhitta Nichaya Krishna Bhakte Koile Sharva Karma Krutya Hoy. By rendering transcendental service to Krishna, one automatically performs all subsidiary activities. All the activity that you're supposed to do in life, everything is considered done when you start to serve Krishna. All right. So this confident, all right, now Prabhupada is telling, this confident, firm faith. Okay, this confident, firm faith, favorable to the discharge of devotional service. That means confident, firm faith is favorable to the discharge of devotional service is called Shraddha. Shraddha or faith in Krishna is the beginning of Krishna consciousness. It's only the beginning of the Krishna consciousness. Faith means strong faith. All right. The word of Bhagavad Gita are authoritative. All right. Are authoritative instruction for the faithful man. And whenever Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, it has to be accepted as it is, without interpretation. That is the way Arjuna accepted Bhagavad Gita. After hearing Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna told Krishna, Sarvam eta ritam manye yan mang vadasi keshava. Oh Krishna, I totally accept as true. That's whatever you told me in 10:14. Right? In this is the correct way of understanding Bhagavad Gita, and this is called Shraddha. It is not that one accepts portion of Bhagavad Gita. I just take this portion, I'm not interested. No, not that way. According to his own whimsical interpretation, and then rejects another portion. This is not Shraddha. Shraddha means accepting the instruction of Bhagavad Gita in their totality, especially the last instruction, Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mam Ekam Sharanam Braja. This is the one that we should accept with so much of strong faith. The Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mam Ekam, only me. Ek means one. Only me, Mam Ekam Sharanam Braja. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. All right? When one becomes completely faithful in regards to the instruction, one's strong faith becomes the basis of advancing in spiritual life. Okay? When one fully engaged in chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he gradually realizes, right? When one is fully engaged in chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, what happened? He gradually realizes his own spiritual identity. He realizes his own spiritual identity. That's something very important. Right? Unless one is faithfully chants the Hare Krishna, unless one faithfully, that means if it doesn't chant Hare Krishna mantra, Krishna does not reveal himself. Sevon mukehi jivadav swayam eva spuratya daha. Bhakti Rasa Mrita Sindhu, chapter 1, first wave, chapter 2, text 234, part 1. We cannot realize the Supreme Personality of Godhead by any artificial means. Okay, so what Prabhupada is saying, we cannot realize by any artificial means. Okay, we cannot realize God in artificial way. We must engage faithfully in the service of the Lord. Such service begin with the tongue. Okay, the service begin with the tongue. Sevan mukehi jiva vadao, which means that we should always chant the holy name of the Lord and accept Krishna Prasadam. We should not chant or accept anything else. We should not chant or accept. Like some people say, Can I chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya? Can I chant Om Namo Narayana? No need. Just chant Hare Krishna. All the potential Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, the Om Namo Narayana, all the potency in this. That's why they call it as Mahamantra. Right? One name of Krishna equal to 3,000 names of Vishnu. One name of Ram equal to 1,000 names of Vishnu. Why you want to take a small portion of it? Just chant the one. Rama means you consider. You see. So just chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Right? We should not do anything else. Right? Of the Lord except Krishna. And then after that, we should always chant the holy name and the Lord and accept Krishna. We should not chant or accept anything else. When this process is faithfully followed, right? The Supreme Personality, Krishna, reveal himself to the devotee. When the person realizes himself to be the eternal servant, okay? So when such a person is he understands that when a person realizes himself to be the eternal servitor of Krishna, he loses interest in everything but Krishna service. Always thinking of Krishna, devising means by which he spread the holy name of the Krishna. He understands that his only business is spreading the Krishna conscious movement all over the world. So that's supposed to be our only business. Other than serving, other than we want to do something externally, we must be able to spread the movement. That is why today we have already devised a plan how we're going to convert our Bhakti Yoga Center in Ipoh into a Chinese, full-fledged Chinese preaching center. Right? And of course, we have Rusen Chang Mataji here, and of course, with the help of Trivikram Prabhu, a Chinese body devotee, and some other thing. So we're working. So we don't know how the thing will happen, but somehow or other we are working. So I hope that what we humbly request when we're going to start this project, I hope that if we of course, we need Lakshmi, we need cash to execute. We need instead of buying some baits because we want to invite China devotees to come and stay there. So far, there's one Chinese devotee have given us aircon, and some devotees have given altar and everything. So we just need to have bait, the foldable bait, all right, 2 or 3 baits. So once the thing is done, so I think they're going to invite something like 4 Chinese devotees from China. So, and also set up a basic kitchen, basic kitchen, and some repair of the washroom, right? The washroom, we have got a heater, water heater, everything, but only the toilet is always spoiled. So I think we have to change that. So we need some Lakshmi to improve that. So what you can do, you can directly come with us to join and preach to the Chinese, or you can be indirectly helping us by giving us some Lakshmi, right? Some Lakshmi, but do not do it now. Once we are done, we have already prepared all this, so we will tell. So far, with Rusen Mataji is going to be the secretary for Chinese preaching. So once we have get a dedicated account number, whatever, so you can bank in there. So with that money, we can be. So you can be part of us. So the China devotee coming to Malaysia to preach. Formerly, a Malaysian Chinese devotee went to China. And now they become good. They come back to Malaysia to help all the other Chinese neophytes. Right? All the people who are engrossed in material enjoyment. We don't call them a fallen person. We call them neophyte. Why? We just understood. We just read that. Because they chant the name of Hari. Even the Chinese in Kampong who eat pork, we still consider they are neophyte devotee because they chant the name of Hari. So we want to elevate them. So we bring the devotee from China to help us to elevate them. So once they create more and more devotees in Malaysia, more Chinese devotee approach, and these Chinese devotee will go back to China to other remote places. China is a huge country, and of course to preach in China is very dangerous because the government is against us. The government destroys all our deities, our books and everything, but still we will never give up. The Vaishnavas never give up because they have dedicated their life, body, soul, Atma, everything to the lotus feet of Krishna, especially to Guru. So once we have dedicated our life to Guru, we have no fear because we live to serve, we die, we go back to Krishna to serve. So there's no big deal at all. Okay. But we don't want to attempt to work to gain that money, right? Because we want to utilize the time to preach. So those people who are not in the situation or not in the thing that they can go down and preach, you can help us financially, right? So once the thing is done, we will inform you. So that's why it says always the Krishna conscious, always devise a plan by where to spread the Krishna movement. He understands that his only business is spreading Krishna conscious movement all over the world. Such a person is to be recognized as Uttama Adhikari, and his association should be immediately accepted according to the 6th process. Dadati Pratignati. What is Dadati Pratignati? The previous verse, right? Indeed, the advanced Uttama Adhikari Vaishnava devotee should be accepted as spiritual master. Everything one possesses should be offered to him, for it is enjoined. Okay. Where is it? So everything that one possesses should be offered to him, for it is enjoined that one should deliver whatever he has to the spiritual master. A brahmachari in particular, especially brahmachari, yeah, the monk, the young monk, particularly supposed to be beg alms for and others to offer them to the spiritual master. However, one should not imitate the behavior of an advanced devotee or Mahabhagavata without being self-realized. For by such imitation, one will eventually become degraded. Sometimes you see in India, the Mahabhagavat, Babaji and everything, they go house to house to beg. Why they beg? We say, "Ayah, beggar, terrible." No, they are begging for our own benefit. Can you imagine? Have you heard about that? Why? Because for a pure devotee to come to your house is very auspicious. You know, just to give you mercy, the devotee comes to your house and beg. When they come and beg to your house, when they come to your house to beg, that means they are asking for some charity. They're asking for some grains, right? They're asking for some dal so that they can go back home, they cook and offer, because they have no time to endeavor for doing job. They have no time, right? Because they are engaging 24 hours bhajan. From morning till evening, they are doing bhajan. Suddenly, oh, time to eat. That also they don't feel like eating because they see they have to feed the Lord. The Lord is hungry. So they go house to house, can you give me some grains and everything? They take immediately, they cook, they offer to God. And they just eat, then after they continue the bhajan. Right? So what happened? They will come. So when they come to the house, they are coming to liberate us. They are coming for the association. You know, like Sukadev Goswami, he said he will stay in the house as the time that he spent in one house is the time where they can milk the cow. How long does it take to milk the cow? That's the only time he stands. And after they move out, he go on. He doesn't stay in a house, right? So like that. So when we see that, we don't imitate. We don't go to every house, give me money. Don't imitate. Imitate is eventually become, what happened if you imitate? Eventually become degraded, right? Degraded. It's all Uttama Adhikari. You must understand, people will recognize. Don't think people never recognize. I dress up like this, wear tilak and everything, you know, put this kind of vesha or this kind of this thing. I go around, oh, pure devotee has come. No, people will recognize, I'm telling you. How a girl can recognize a pervert, when men who are pervert, when you look at the girl in a different, he looks normal only, but the girl can recognize it because we are part of this nature. We will know whether the person is really good or is imitated. So be careful, right? So we don't want to do that. I mean, why am I saying to be careful? Don't do it. We don't imitate, right? In these verse, Ripa Goswami advised the devotee to be intelligent enough to distinguish between the Kanishta, right? So now we understand. So we have to be intelligent enough to distinguish between the Kanishta Adhikari, Madhyama Adhikari, and Uttama Adhikari. The devotee also should know his position and should not try to imitate the devotee who is situated in a higher platform. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has given some practical hints to that effect of Uttama Adhikari Vaishnava can be recognized by his ability to convert many fallen souls. When a devotee can go around convert many fallen souls, is considered like Uttama Adhikari, like our Srila Prabhupada to Vaishnavism. One should not become a spiritual master unless he has attained the platform of Uttama Adhikari. Right? A neophyte Vaishnava or a Vaishnava situated in the intermediate platform can also accept disciple. But such disciple must be on the same platform. And he should understand that one cannot advance very well towards the ultimate goal of life under the insufficient guidance. Therefore, disciples should be careful to accept Uttama Adhikari as the spiritual master. Right? So it is a very nice topic, a very important topic. And we have already discussed in detail. So just the conclusion is like this. Kanishta Adhikari, respect the deity, don't respect the devotees. They see the deity, Krishna, they buy all the things. Okay, they like sometimes they're buying a ghee. I'm buying this ghee for Krishna. Make sure you don't cook and eat. Huh? You know, I brought this mango for Krishna. After you offer the mango, I want to take back. So for them, the deity, they don't respect the devotees. That is Kanishta. We have studied many varieties of Kanishta. One is the devotee Kanishta. Second, anyone who chants the Hare Krishna mantra is also considered Kanishta. Those who are chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. So that means in Malaysia, we have seen everyone is chanting Hari Hari, Rama Rama, Krishna Krishna. Everybody is a devotee, but of course they have not realized it. They're in the level of Kanishta. So we mentally honor them. So we don't go and associate with them, don't just mentally honor them. And we don't criticize them. You know, life without criticizing others It's a beautiful life. That means you have no fault to find in anyone. The thing you see, oh, he's a devotee, everybody is a devotee around me. Right? So Uttamadhikari is the Madhyamadhikari, he worship the Lord, all right? And he always befriend the Lord's devotee. He befriends the Lord's devotee. And at the same time, he's very compassionate to the fallen. Anyone comes to the place, he talk to them like that. Okay? But he doesn't go out and meet people, then he doesn't do. And Uttamadhikari, they don't see any distinction. Right? When they see a dog, they see a devotee. When they see a pig, they see a devotee. When they see a human, they see a devotee. Everybody they see because they see the potential of Krishna in their heart. And they don't have any sort of discrimination. That is that Uttamadhikari. So the conclusion is, we should always surrender to Uttamadhikari and accept them as a spiritual master. And not only that, so another things that what Prabhupada says, when we are in this neophyte, when we are in the neophyte level, how are we supposed to improve ourselves to Madhyama at least, that we should have a prescribed number of rounds we should chant. That's why Prabhupada says, chant 16 rounds daily, because there's an advice of Srila Prabhupada. So you must chant your 16 rounds every single day. And what is the best time to chant? It's early in the morning during Brahma Muhurta, all right? Because at that time, there's no thought comes into your mind. Your mind is still clear. Your mind is still clear, and there's no more goodness, passion, ignorance, nothing has come into your mind. Your mind is still clear. And that time you do. So when you chant that Hare Krishna early in the morning, and where you should chant in front of Tulasi Maharani. Because Tulasi Maharani is a Radharani secretary. Because she's the one set everything up for Radharani. So you going begging her, and Radharani said, but this devotee Charna Lakshmi, Rusan Chan, he always ask about you, Mother Radha. Why not give them some discipline? Tulasi, you're saying that? Yes. They're every day sitting in front of me. They are chanting and they're worshipping me. Why not? Just give them a chance. Well, okay. Since you say so, why not? Why not? I give them the chance. Okay. So the politics are in the temple. Yes, very good question you asked, Mataji. Politics are everywhere in that, especially in the temple. How about how to not take sides? Because you don't simply take sides. Because you always see everybody is a devotee. You always offer your obeisances in your mind and stay away. You do not need to take sides, because unless if you are in management. If you're in management, you have to make a decision to correct or to improve something. But if you're not that, just avoid. Ganti Mataji, if you're not going to avoid, you're asking for trouble. Okay? So don't take side. Be neutral. When someone come and tell you, I say, can we just talk? Let me finish my prescribed number of rounds. I've not finished my rounds. So then they say, oh, yeah, I understand. That's what I'm saying. Even any of these, just offer your obeisances in your mind and just walk out. Because even the senior devotees, whoever it is, that they can create these kind of issues. Right? Sometimes you can be affected. When you can be affected when you are in that picture. So when you see something, just ignore it, just move on. Okay? The one who's supposed to correct them is the management or senior to their devotees. But what can you do, Matat? If you're going to take side, what can you do? Huh? You just join that group. That's all. But are you going to bring some kind of solution? You're not. So don't waste your time. That's what Rupa Goswami said. Right? So always check and balance. Where am I standing? All right? So have I not finished my rounds? Okay, I go to the temple and they say, when they instruct. So just be like Jada Bharat. Do you know the story of Jada Bharat, Gandhi Mataji? Do you know the story of Jada Bharat? Okay, you don't know the story of Jada Bharat. Maybe I'll share in the group. All right, formerly he was a great king because he made a mistake by getting attached to the deer. He became a deer in next birth. Then after this, he regretted, and the following birth, he became back to the human, born into a family Brahmana. But he became Jada Bharat. Jadana Jadam. Jada means like, he doesn't know anything. He's very well, he's very alert, but he acts like a fool. Jada Bharat, don't do anything. And the father was so worried, why my youngest son born like this? Like retarded. Jada in Tamil we call it Jadam. No, Jadam, Jadama nikira. Jadam. That means he's like a retarded, but he's very well aware. So he remain in the retarded situation so that he have no time to listen to any of this and eventually receive. So that's that. So that's a story that it can be inspire us. We cannot justify what is happening with us. We cannot justify, oh, this thing happening like this. No, we cannot justify. Of course, there is some kind of pain there. But now you're studying Nectar of Instruction. So Nectar of Instruction, Rupa Goswami definitely knows all these things happening. But he gave the very clear instruction. So identify them. Okay, are they in Kanishta? Offer them obeisances in your mind and just walk away. Just say, not Hare Krishna, just go off. Are they Madhyamadikari? Go and associate with them. Reveal your mind. Don't simply go and see any devotee with saffron, any devotee shaven head and everything. Prabhu, I got this kind of problem. Don't ever read, because that's what Krishna says. Because in previous verse, in 4, what are the 6 things? One is accepting gift, giving gift, right? Offering prasadam, taking prasadam, right? Asking confidential knowledge, and also revealing your mind. You have to go and tell, I'm going through this. You're revealing your mind means what? You're telling something which is nobody knows, but only you know, right? Example, I have taken up alcohol, I'm drinking, but outside, oh, it's a devotee, doesn't know anything, So I need to go and talk to my mentor, Prabhu, I made a mistake. Say, why? What happened? I accidentally, I was keep thinking about it, but eventually I took it. What? I took beer. Oh, really? Okay. Then you're revealing your confidential self, confidentiality. And my mentor will tell, oh, now, okay, you did it. Am I? What do you do? Just carry on chanting your Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Since you have told me, I will pray for you. Right? Always remember this. In every of my chanting, I'll be thinking about you, I'll be praying for you. So we'll be inspired. When I chant Hare Krishna, when I want to, oh, no. The Prabhu is praying for me. Like that. That's confidential. But simply you won't tell anybody. You see one devotee with the, but he's a Kanista. Prabhu, I got some. He said, I drink. Oh, you drink? Oh, okay. Then they go around, down. Padita Tarna is a drunkard. They start to do dosha kirtan. Dosha kirtan. Go around and tell people, Padita Tarna drinks. You know what? That will give class, wow. Every Sunday give class. But I said, drink, How you know? He came and told me. Really? Dosha kirtan. It's going to be very offensive. Very offending. Right? And the dosha kirtan, the worst dosha kirtan, when they start to put in website, in this kind of, that some Ritvik things, they put in the website. It's all terrible. So we all don't do that. So that's why. So in order for us to execute the 6 devotional process, we should choose the proper devotee. You should choose. Choose based on what you have understood in this verse number 5. Okay, Gandhi Mataji? We cannot whimsically, we cannot blindly simply take association or follow people based on how they look. You should know. So now the qualification you have seen. A person who worships the deity, don't respect the devotee, Kanista. In the mind, offer them obeisance, just move on. They can be anything. They can be even senior devotees. Doesn't matter. Right? Super senior devotees. Right? Doesn't matter. Then secondly, if you see a devotee who are just maybe 5-10 years old, but you can see so much of enthusiasm, so much of prayer in him. You worship the deity, you can deceive. And the last thing is, of course, see, when you want to love someone, you must know in your heart, right? When I meet a boy or girl, I love him because there's something in your heart. Similarly, you will find that devotee who is going to be very genuine according to your understanding. See, Mataji, for me, out of all the people that I know in Malaysia, but the devotee that I really, really reveal my heart and the one that I can really speak to is Pran Govinda Prabhu from America. Can you imagine? From Alachua, USA. In Malaysia, we have so many. Because that's what attracted me. It's not to say that Malaysian devotees are lousy. We don't mean that. What we are saying is, there's a kind of attraction that you feel you want to reveal your heart to. So my mentor, my Siksha Guru and all this is Pran Govinda Prabhu. Right? He don't even want to accept me as a Siksha, but he said, we are very good friends. And I said, yes. He said, Prabhu, I'm your mentor. All right? Okay. So we mentoring each other. Okay, Mataji? So we do that way. So don't because sometimes this kind of relationship can be very painful, and this painful relationship can spoil everything. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to spoil this occasion. After so many births, now we got the opportunity to serve Krishna. We do not want to spoil it. When the thing spoil, when we associate with wrong devotee, actually with karmi, The got jealous, so with Mayavadi, and when it comes to devotee, when we start to offend them, finish. Krishna is very particular. That's why I call aprada. Aprada means what? Up, Radha. Radha means devotion, love. Krishna, Radharani. Up, Radha means you're against Radharani. Gone. Not worth it. Right? Like devotee says, oh, I'm afraid of Aprada. Don't be very afraid. We have to have knowledge. Like in my life, I don't know how many 100,000 Aprada I have done in my life. Some or other I got left and right, up and down, ding dong. Some or other we try to improve ourselves. Okay, any other questions? Just a good question.
Prabhu, let's say we have already done the aparada, then how, Prabhu? Just put it past and move forward, or how to rectify?
When you do aprada, Mataji, say like the aprada is many kinds. One is direct aprada. Direct aprada means when I know, okay, example like, okay, who should I think? Okay, I know a person A, all right, I know a person A, and I confronted the person A directly. You are not good. You are not right. I did a direct attack, direct blasphemy, all right? So when that thing happened, I need to go to him personally and offer my obeisances and ask for forgiveness. Or if I create something, say I went and say something about A to Vivan, you know that A flow are like this. Oh, Vivan, really. That means after that, he eventually find out. He becomes so heartbroken. So when there's a direct attack, direct confrontation, go to him directly. Right? So when the confrontation happens at the back of your mind, okay, you think about it. You know what, this particular flow is lousy flow. Okay, all that. So mentally, you offer obeisances, ask for forgiveness. Mentally, you say, okay, my dear Prabhu A, I'm so sorry I've offended you. You know, you're such a great advanced devotee. And because I've got very little intelligence, I've offended you. Please forgive me. In mentally, because you have not directly confronted him, mentally, so mentally you ask. But if you and do dosha kirtan. Dosha kirtan means, you know, A like this, A like that, A like this. If that thing happened, you still have to go back to the A and offer your obeisances and ask forgiveness. And after that, you have to rectify your problem and you tell everyone, actually, I'm such a fool that I was talking very bad about him. So that's the thing. So what happens if the devotee passes away, right? Or the devotee is no more in Malaysia, all right? If they say His Holiness Bhakti Bhagavata Maharaj says, write a letter of apology. Say the devotee is no more in Ipoh, has gone somewhere else, write an apology to them, right? But if you can't do that, if you can't write an apology to him, and I think say that the devotee has passed away, so you just offer, you just be regretful. No, you lament, you have atonement, all right? You pray to Krishna, pray to Guru. I have such a grievous mistake by criticizing the devotee. Please forgive me. So you start to do honor on him. All right, now on behalf of A, I'm offering this Sunday feast. The offering on his behalf. Okay.
Okay.
But what Bhakti, what do you call Bhakti Bhagavata Maharaj? The Maharaj, the Maharaj was very strict Maharaj, right? What is it? Bhakti? What Bhakti? What is it?
Bhakti Bhagavat.
Bhakti Bhagavan. Oh my God, I was his servant for 2 days. So, boy, I think all my false ego, he just took it off. I and what they call the chairman of Sungai Siput, what is his name? Krishna Dayal. Both of us got left and right. Whew. Anyway, it was such a nice. But he said, but he told, if you think you really can't this thing confront, write a letter. Write a letter. All right. So, you know, but don't feel very humiliated because we are talking about devotee relationship. Okay, we are talking about loving relationship. Within this relationship, there's no humiliation. Even you think, oh, if I go to speak and ask for forgiveness, that means I am putting myself down. Don't feel like that, right? Because we are all in loving relationship. There's no protocol. There's no rules and regulation. You know, don't even think, oh, I'm going to ask forgiveness from you. That's even you think that you feel like you're going to feel humiliated. That's also kind of false ego, false identification. So it's within the bodily relationship. This body not numb with that body. All right, that thing. So, but we are beyond that bodily relationship. We are all trying to serve Krishna. You know, who knows that that person can be a Saki? Who knows that the person can be an empowered Acharya? We don't know. So we don't take risk. That's why here Prabhupada is saying, mentally honor everybody. Like Rupa Goswami says, everybody who are chanting Hare Krishna, they are devotees. Mentally honor them. Don't speak anything bad about them. But who you should go and surrender? The Madhyamadikari. The Madhyamadikari is the person that he can surrender and he can reveal your mind. You can reveal your mind and everything. He can help. But Uttamadikari is very much elevated. It's very much elevated. So whenever you go to him and tell about your problem, material problem, he just say, don't talk nonsense. He doesn't, because it's beyond that bodily concept. He doesn't, he might have not have that sentiment. No, it's because beyond the bodily concept. Right? He only knows about the ecstasy of chanting. So you see, everybody encourage everybody to chant Hare Krishna. He doesn't see any discrimination. He's very brave because there's nothing to see. There's nothing to see in between. You don't see. Usually very brave and it's very advanced devotees. So what we are expected to do whenever we go for a pilgrimage like Vrindavan, Mayapur, we should go to such a devotee and have his association. Not go in a group, go there, eat in the group, and dance in the group, and come back in the group. Try to break away and go somewhere else, but don't go very far away. So sometimes they do that. So you should associate with devotees. That's the thing. If not, what Bhagavatam says is the place of pilgrimage for the pros. When you go there, simply go there, eat, dance, and just this, and come back, you just wasted your pilgrimage. But we are associated with Uttamadikari. We are associated with Uttamadikari on a daily basis. That's Srila Prabhupada. And we are taking his instruction in his purport. So we can serve our spiritual master or our Uttamadikari through Vani or Vapu. Right? Vapu means body. That means you go there, serve his body. Right? Then we press his hand and leg. But the most important is serving his Vani. Vani means his instruction. When we start to serve his instruction, we become perfect. Okay? Okay, Mataji? Wow, 11:44. All right. So is there any other question? If no question, you can, if you have suddenly inspired for a question, you can ask the question in the group because it's already 11:45. Beautiful, right? Nectar of instructions, beautiful. Right? So tomorrow, Chinese New Year. Are we taking a break or you want a class? Hare Krishna, do you want
take a break, Prabhu, because most of the time we'll go to temple. Tomorrow,
Ready?
Amma will say.
What was it?
Tomorrow, Adi Amma will say. Kai Amma will say.
Oh, Thai Amavasya. Oh, right. Okay, never mind. We put a poll. We put a poll in the group. See how many people. In case somebody need a break, never mind. I put in the group. See how many people can make it or what. Okay, depends. Of course, if you've got a break, Isa can go up. And so thank you so much for your wonderful time, wonderful association. It's such a beautiful. And tomorrow, the next topic is going to be how the pure devotee association. How you should associate. It's going to be even more detailed, right? So thank you so much for your time. And I wish you all, especially Rosen Chang Mataji and Tan Chi Seong, who are watching this online, and Trivikram Prabhu also. And there's some Chinese devotees who can, what is his name? Chaitanya Dayadas. Cheong Prabhu, Chaitanya Dayadas, and Chaitanya Karuna. All these Chinese body devotees, I think they are all watching online. Sometimes they ask me questions. So I wish all of you happy Krishna conscious Chinese New Year. All right, happy Krishna conscious Chinese New Year. I don't know how to say in Chinese. Kong Si Fa Chai. Krishna. Okay, whatever. I don't speculate. So Kong Si Fa Chai, thank you so much for your wonderful time, wonderful association. Thank you for coming to Krishna consciousness. And to all other devotees, happy holiday. Please, Chinese New Year is a break day. All right. At least tomorrow, please do your 16 rounds. Try once and see. Because if you can do your 16 rounds, you can see how your life will transform. It is beyond. Don't think that you're going to be dull, you're going to be wasting your time. No, you're making best use of your time. Anything, even for material desire. The side effect of chanting, of course, a lot of other things will just fall into places. All right. You see the devotees are always happy and they look so good because the chanting of the holy name. All right. So until then, have a beautiful Tuesday. Kong Si Fa Chai. Happy Krishna conscious Chinese New Year. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubevacha paditana pavenebhyo vaishnavebhayo namo namah. Hare Krishna. Have a beautiful day. Gauranga. There's a question, is it? We need a break. Okay, so okay. And who liked the break? Vivan also like the break. Oh, okay.
I don't want break, Prabhu.
Yeah, of
I
course.
don't want the break.
Your
I
time
have
is limited.
limited time. Yeah.
Yeah, your school start finish. All right.
Yeah.
All right. We will see. We'll discuss in the group. Hare Krishna.